Your life will not change until you do this one thing. And I'm not saying this as motivation, I'm saying it as mechanical truth. You can watch 1,000 videos, journal, plan, work on yourself, optimize your mornings, your supplements, your productivity apps, and your mindset. You can learn more and more and more. But none of this matters if you keep doing the same thing at the decision point, because your life isn't built by your intentions. It's built by what you do at the exact moment when you have the option to take the easy path. And that moment is the whole game. And the one thing you have to do if you want your life to change is this. You have to stop negotiating with discomfort. That's literally it. And you already know what to do. You train, you send the message, you make the call, you ship the work, apply for the position, have the conversation, fix the finances, cut the vice, leave the thing that's draining you. But when the moment comes, you don't do it. Instead, you bargain with yourself like a lawyer, and you produce excuses that sound intelligent. You say things like, I'll start tomorrow. I'm not in the right headspace right now. I need to get ready first. I'll do it when I have more time. I'm tired. I'll feel more confident after I learn a bit more. Or I just need a better plan. But that internal negotiation is the reason that your life doesn't change. Because negotiation isn't neutral. It trains you to cave. Every time you bargain your way out of discomfort, your brain learns a rule. When it feels hard, we don't do it. And once your brain learns that rule, it starts to apply it everywhere. In the gym, business, relationships, money, your health, and your self-respect. So you end up in this weird situation where you feel like you're trying, but nothing changes. You're busy, but not progressing. You're thinking, but not moving. And you're learning, but you're not earning. Because learning and planning feels safe. Talking about change feels safe. Change itself is unsafe. Change is where reality gives you a verdict. So let me show you what it looks like. You wake up and you tell yourself that today is going to be different. But then it's time to train and you hesitate. And you start scanning your body for reasons to skip. You tell yourself that you'll go later. But then later comes and you're even more tired, which gives you an even better excuse, so you don't go. That is a negotiation. Or you tell yourself that you're going to make more money, start the business, and sell. Then it's time to do the actual thing that creates money. The outreach, the calls, the pitching, and the asking for the sale. And you hesitate. You open the laptop and you immediately check something else. You do a bit of research, you tweak your offer, you clear some emails, adjust the website, work on the logo, whatever you can find. Anything except touching reality, doing the actual thing that makes a difference. Or consider this. You tell yourself you want a better relationship, and then it's time to have the hard conversation, and you hesitate. You tell yourself it's not the right time. You don't want to upset them. You'll bring it up later. Later becomes months, and resentment builds. And in the end, you don't even remember how it started. That, again, is negotiation. Negotiation here is the silent killer because it feels harmless. It feels reasonable. You think you're being strategic, patient, and kind to yourself, but you're not. You're training weakness. And here's the part that most men don't fully understand. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do hard things. It's about removing the conversation entirely. It's eliminating the debate, making the action automatic. Because the moment that you allow negotiation, you introduce the possibility of escape. And your brain will almost always take it, literally because your brain is designed to conserve energy and avoid pain. So what you have to do is build a life where there is no negotiation. This is why soldiers, athletes, and serious operators look like they have this insane willpower. They don't. They have rules, they have non-negotiables, they have identity, and they have systems which remove choice. They don't wake up and ask if I feel like it. They already decided. And that is the thing that you need to copy. You need to replace negotiation with a rule, not a goal or an intention, a hard rule. A rule is something that you follow even when you're tired, when you're emotional, when you're unmotivated. It's something that you do because of who you are. So here's the simplest example of this. If you train 4 days a week, you do not wake up and decide whether today is a training day. You look at the plan and you go. If you're running outbound sales, you don't wait for confidence. You do your outbound quota and you do it before you do anything else. And if you're building something, you don't get inspired. You sit down and you ship. This is how you remove negotiation. You make the decision once and then you execute it hundreds of times. And so many people keep redeciding. They wake up every day and they make the decision again and again and again, which means that they can fail again. And when you keep proving to yourself that you don't follow through, you erode your self-trust. If you want your life to change, you need to stop negotiating and start obeying. Now, this is not saying that you need to become a robot. More like you need to become reliable, because reliability is what creates freedom. A man who can reliably follow through and do what he said he was going to do can build anything. A man who wakes up and negotiates with himself every day can't build momentum, and momentum is the whole point. So if this sounds like you, here's the action that you need to take. Identify the one area of your life where negotiation is killing you the most. Training, money, business, relationships, quitting a vice, sleep, finances, work. Pick one. And then you write one rule that removes all negotiation. For example, I train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, period, no matter what. Or I do 15 outbound messages every weekday before noon. Or I track my spending daily and I don't spend money on stupid shit. Or I have that hard conversation within the next 48 hours. You pick one, you write the rule, and then you obey it for 30 days. No exceptions. That is how your life changes. Not through intensity, but through removal of negotiation. And here's what will happen if you do it. Within a week, you'll feel lighter because the mental load disappears. There's no more debate, no more guilt, no more wondering if I should do it or not. You did it. It's done. And within 2 weeks or so, you feel stronger because you're accumulating evidence that you're reliable. And within a month, your self-respect will come back because self-respect is a lagging indicator of kept promises. And over the next year, your life will look unrecognizable. Not because you became a different person, but because you stopped giving yourself an escape hatch. That's it. Your life won't change until you stop negotiating with discomfort.